This is the We Get Outdoors 1616 podcast series, where we introduce you to some of the world's leading outdoor and adventure gear brands and the brains behind them. And we have a brain today. Now we've got a chance, and now I'm bigging you up, hey Travis, now you're in trouble. So we've got a chance to get behind the scenes, and we're going to get behind the scenes of an awesome brand. Now, this brand does everything that anybody in the outdoors wants, and that is the opportunity to drink water whenever they need to. So we're going to do 6 in 16 questions, and we are going to get educated by the brains behind one of the coolest brands, GRAYL, who give you that freedom to go anywhere in the world and drink safely. So, Travis, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excellent. To start off with then, Travis, who are you and why should we care?
Well, I don't know that you should care about me. I'm just the guy who was there at the beginning. But so I'm co-founder of GRAYL, and right now, and over the course of we started work in 2010 and bought our first product in 2013. Across the years, I've done every single job, not all of them that well. But what I've always loved and what I dedicate almost all my time to now is new product development and also the quality assurance, making sure the products are awesome, and then making sure we have new products that are coming out. The reason I think you should care about GRAYL is we've got a really different, unique, and awesome way to make safe water anywhere you go. That's what we do. That's all we focus on. And we've got a current lineup of great products. We've got more coming this fall, more coming next year. It's a really, really exciting time. And lots of people during this COVID have been taking advantage of getting outside because there's nothing else to do. And God, you got to stay hydrated when you're out there. And then when we're back to traveling around the world, you still need water. So that's what we do.
Awesome. So what should our listeners know about GRAYL? Give us a little bit of the background about GRAYL, and then tell us about your incredible product, which I think is just genius.
Well, the first thing about GRAYL is that we really, really care about customer safety. You know, a thing we always remind ourselves of is that our customers are the most interesting people in the world, and we really live vicariously through their adventures. They're traveling all over. They're seeing amazing natural places. And what they all have in common is they get their water from GRAYL. And so the responsibility that we feel to make sure that the water that they're putting through GRAYL and drinking themselves or giving to their children is safe. And for us, that means all the pathogens that can make you sick and chemicals and heavy metals that can do long-term damage. That's one thing that GRAYL takes great pride in is awesome product that always works. Second is we're a member of 1% for the Planet. And if you're aware of that organization, 1% for the Planet is companies that donate 1% of their revenue, so gross revenue, not just profit, to nonprofits that help the planet. Okay? And so there's hundreds and hundreds of nonprofits. We donate domestically. We donate to a couple of organizations that protect public lands, both here in Washington State, where we're located, and then across the world. And then internationally, the ATTA has a Adventure Travel Conservation Fund. We fund those, which are indigenous and small travel organizations that really take care of the places where they bring people to for responsible tourism. So we've been doing 1% for the Planet for a long time, and it's really a part of our DNA. And then I guess the last thing is, as a relatively new company, GRAYL sold our first water purifier in 2013. We're new, we're small, we're nimble, and we go up against some just Goliaths of the industry. You know, several of our competitors are many times larger than GRAYL, which is a challenge, but also an opportunity. We don't have a bunch of legacy product to support any longer, and you know, lots of history and giant lines. We're strictly focused on water purification, and so for us that's a big advantage.
That's awesome. So just talk about, because obviously your core is water purification. That's what you're all about. Right. Just tell me, how does your product actually work?
Right. what do you know? I have one right here. I get one that's a little more comfortable, a little more visible. This is a water purifier. This is GRAYL's GeoPress water purifier. And the process for making water is really simple. All you do is you separate, you fill the outer. So now you have dirty water in here. This is the purifier and the purifier press. And you press this down. And as you do, the water flows from the dirty side through the purifier and into the clean side here. And at the end of the press, you've got 24 ounces of clean, safe water. It only takes 8 to 10 steps. Lots of companies make clean water. Okay, there's lots of ways to get water. A couple of differences. One is the difference between a filter and a purifier. And GRAYL is a purifier. And the difference in our industry, the difference between a filter and a purifier is whether or not you remove virus. Virus is the hardest to remove. Bacteria and protozoa, very common all over the world, are relatively simple for any filter to remove. And so pretty much anybody's going to do that. Virus is different. It's very, very challenging to do. And so that's what makes us a purifier. And then just the easy press, maybe I'll chat about that in a bit, is how challenging is it to actually use the device to get liters and liters and liters of water. And so that's sort of what we specialize in. And we figured out this mechanism to make water treatment easy and effortless.
And I love how you just show it's literally, we were talking earlier as well, just how it's like a bike, isn't it? It's not, you gave me that like example of the bike pump. Like those stand-up bike pumps are so much easier. And that's the principle here, just a little bit of downward pressure and clean water. And as I said earlier, my favorite products I take on camping is my AeroPress, so I can get my coffee in the morning. And you guys work on the same principle, which is genius, absolute genius.
Yeah. Well, it's impossible to do a good demo, but I'm going to just show you a little bit about how that works. When you separate the inner and the outer, and this is filled with water, you set this down, usually on the ground, and then you put the purifier press in, and now you're able to get your body weight on top of the unit. So now instead of using like a straw where you're just using your mouth muscles, like a pump where you're making little repetitive movements with your arms, you're actually using your body weight for mechanical advantage, which is it's the patented idea. It's the one thing that really separates us out from all the rest. And it means that the speed, the flow rate by which you're able to remove impurities is super, super fast. 8 to 10 seconds for this whole bottle. And then you can fill up somebody else's canteen or drink it right away. And it's just effortless, right? My 6-year-old daughter can make water for us when we're out camping.
Awesome. So, Travis, what's the big secret thing that you are currently working on at the moment that your customers will absolutely love? What can you share with us? Give us one little tidbit that you can share.
Everybody who's watching this podcast is signed an NDA, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, well, we are constantly working on new things. There's a lot of ideas within water. I think that this current design is pretty amazing, pretty fantastic. But we're always working on new stuff. What we're trying to do is figure out new ways of bringing safe, clean water to the masses, right? To make sure everybody has a product that fits how they do adventure. GeoPress is great for a lot of people. This is probably the one I will carry forever. But we're definitely looking at perhaps new sizes, perhaps new materials that might make this up, and then looking at ways to become more sustainable. We've taken efforts in the past couple of years. We've reduced our packaging by over half, for instance, made it a lot smaller. And then I think I mentioned purification. We're currently working in purification, so that's every unit we make right now is virus capable, but that's not required for every situation. So you might in the future see something out of GRAYL that's not so closely aligned with viruses. But there will be new products this fall a major launch this fall. There's going to be new products in 2022, and then we're working on even bigger and better for 2023 and beyond.
Sounds a very, very exciting future for GRAYL. So Travis, let's just move 2 seconds away from GRAYL. What do you believe is the future of the outdoors and the outdoor industry?
It's been a weird year. And so I think we're going to bounce back, and people are going to get out and get to their normal selves again. Just moving beyond COVID and the year we've had, I think that two major issues, certainly on the perspective and inclusion. Sustainability is something with 1% for the planet, with our efforts on packaging, with efforts to really be a company who's one of the good guys, including this eliminates hundreds and hundreds of single-use bottles. If you take this, if you can take this on your next trip to Mexico or the Caribbean or wherever you're going, right? The product itself is a sustainability tool. So I think we've got a pretty good handle on that, and always working to get better, always trying to be more sustainable as a company. The diversity and inclusion has certainly become a huge topic in the last 12 or 15 months. Mm-hmm. And it's something that GRAYL cares about. I don't think that we've done a tremendous job in the past, but we spent the last year learning and implementing things that are, really respond to the moment, and we take it seriously. If this is something our customers care about, certainly something we care about, then we want to respond. And I think the entire industry is trying to do their best in that regard. So those are two things that I think everybody's thinking about.
Yeah, a really powerful message for people to go away and think about, because I think what you've just talked about, we can all do in our daily lives as well as in the outdoors. And I think that's something that we can all take home. So You've survived so far. This is a tough question though. You got the big one to end up on though, Travis. Are you ready for the big one?
I'm ready.
You ready? So what's your Travis / GRAYL message to all the people that get out in the outdoors? What's the message that you want all our listeners to leave with?
Yeah. Well, it's been a hard year, and it's been a hard year for everybody. But I'm optimistic, and I'm optimistic because the world's going to get better. Because we've learned a lot of things over the past year or two that I think will make us a stronger planet. I certainly hope so. And my message would be that adventure is healing, right? Going and experiencing new things. Ideally experiencing them with people you love. Is really the spice of life. And you certainly, there's adventures that can only be found at the end of a plane ride, but there's also adventures, just put a dot down and draw a 20-mile circle. And if there's a park you haven't been to, if there's a natural area, if there's just a way to get out of your basement, my little basement closet here, and out into the world. I had two daughters, 6 and 3, and I would try to get them out as much as we can. And it's a lot easier when it gets warmer, as it's starting to get warmer here in the Northern Hemisphere. But I think that the people who have, and as many have taken this opportunity to get out of the clubs or get out of the bars and get into nature. It's just an incredibly healing thing. And then when you get out there, you get thirsty. And please consider GRAYL, bacteria, protozoa, virus, all the chemicals and heavy metals and effortless use. And so I think we're deserve a spot in most people's backpack.
Definitely. Well, two very important messages there, Travis. One is getting out of the outdoors doesn't mean doing big trips, big planning. It literally means waking up in the morning, putting on the right clothes, getting out and just walking and observing. So that's a great first message from you. And the second message,
and having a mind that's open to just a bird that flies by can be super cool, and a little lake that you've passed by in your car a million times is a totally different experience when you get out and dip your toes in it.
Exactly, especially when you stop for 2 seconds and actually look and listen.
Absolutely.
And the second key message there, Travis, is whenever you go outdoors, just take some water with you, take a GRAYL, be safe, and then you can come back and enjoy it time and time again. So 2 really, really cool messages. So I would encourage all of you to go and check out Travis and GRAYL by visiting their social media websites, which I'm going to put all the links in the description. They have a really cool website, and they've got an awesome video which just shows you how simple the GRAYL product is. It's just one of those practical, simple videos which just demonstrates the value of the product. So, Travis, thank you so much for your time today, and may 2021 be an especially successful year for you and for GRAYL. And I'm really grateful for your time.